Hey folks, I'm Kizzy from City to Country, and I'm just here in the garden just having a look because we are trying to plan out our autumn garden. We are in the last week of July, and already we have to be thinking about the next season. This is something that we are learning. It's new to us. This is our first season of growing. We started off late spring, but we started growing stuff inside during the colder months. And if you live in a country that has winter, basically we have to plan for every season. So far this season we have been harvesting mostly greens and leeks, and also things like spring onions and stuff like that. We are still waiting to harvest from the main tomato crop that we have. And also the cucumber. We have harvested one cucumber so far from the 6 plants that we had. I had to pull one of the cucumber plants out yesterday because it was suffering a little bit, and that was the only variety of that type that we had. Apologies if there's a lot of wind noises today, but it turns out to be a very windy day, and this is the time I have right now to record this video. So I'm just going to show you these seeds that I plan to plant in my autumn garden. This might be of some help to, others country living and are new to this whole gardening / farming thing. So we can still grow beets. I've got some sown in our raised beds and some that I planted out about 2 weeks ago in the ground. I transplanted it from the cells from the greenhouse into the ground. We haven't been able to harvest any beetroot yet, but I am looking forward to harvesting some of the beetroot leaves today. I heard that it's really high in potassium, which is really good for balancing hormones. Next, I have tender stem broccoli from Dr. Brown. That is a website in the UK where I buy my seeds from. Some of my seeds. I have a mixture of where I go to buy different types. So I don't just stick to one. I tend to experiment with different companies because different companies may have different quality, and I stick with whatever works best for where we are. We have a few of these planted out. The good thing about this one is it matures in as little as 5 weeks. We really like broccoli, especially Jeremiah. He really loves broccoli and he would just chew in that thing. My mum really likes broccoli as well, so she will be asking for these seeds. Unfortunately, she's not here with us in the UK. If you want to check out her channel, it is Living Green with Us, and they have moved to the Caribbean from the UK. So the sun is back out, so the hat's back on. The wind would probably blow it off my head anyway. Next we have onion spring white Lisbon. This is a spring onion variety, and if you can see that there, and this is already open. We have sown lots of these, but still have quite a few that I can sow. We are at the end of July and I still have time to sow this. In August we won't be able to sow this, but we can start sowing these again in September and October. This is a real staple in our household while we wait for our onions to mature. We really love our greens. In this case, it's not green. We have kale, sympathetic kale, and this is a purple variety which I am looking forward to trying. I haven't grown this one yet, so I'm probably going to sow these in trays later on today. We have another kale variety called Kale Westland Winter. We can sow this now actually, and harvest from September through to next April. So we have some of these growing in the greenhouse. I've never tried this one. I'm not sure if it's the same variety that we get in the supermarket. I've never grown this, much like most of the stuff that I might be showing you today. Looking forward to harvesting and tasting these. Next we have purple sprouting broccoli. The packet looks a bit empty because I have already sown some of these, but I'm looking at it now. It doesn't make sense to keep this many seeds. It's not much really. I might as well just sow all of them. Next we have another kale variety. Yes, we love kale in this house. Another kale variety called Kale Black Tuscan. So it's like similar to black magic kale. I also have sown some herbs, Mexican tarragon to be exact. I've never really used tarragon in cooking before, so this should be interesting. I bought these to try it out, and because it deters certain pests in the garden, we'll be sowing a lot of these. Cabbage. We have never grown cabbage before. I'm not sure why. This is a heirloom variety called Golden Acre. These are the ones that I saw that can grow really, really big. I say it grows really big. And apparently they're really good companions with potatoes, I've heard. So I'm gonna try growing some of these in the potato patches. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. Next we have Dwarf Blue Curly Kale. I probably listed at least 5 different types of kale already. But yeah, this is a dwarf variety and it has like a bluey green tint to it. We'll let you know how this goes. We've also sown some Greek basil. I've never had Greek basil before. It looks very different to the usual basil that we see, and it looks different to the other basil that I am growing in our herb garden. I have Genovese basil, and I think that other variety is sweet basil. I'm not entirely sure. We also got a package just now, more seeds that I've ordered from Dr. Brown. So I have, what's this one? I have Cabbage Tundra F1. I have no idea what that means, but I'm looking forward to growing these. We have another cabbage variety called Jade. Grows massive as well, but the texture of the leaves is more like ruffled, if you get what I mean. Next we have red veined sorrel. I haven't grown this yet, but I've heard a lot about it. It's really nice in salads. I'm yet to try it out. Most of these vegetables I've never really tried before, so this is just a new experience. I'm very open-minded to trying these new type of vegetables and see how we like them. Another herb, hyssop. That verse always comes to mind. Purge me with hyssop. I'll put it down here so you know what I'm talking about. This one is a attractive decorative plant, is good in borders, and if planted near cabbage may draw cabbage white butterflies away, and we have a lot of white butterflies flying around constantly. I see them all the time, every minute of the day. So much so that we had to buy netting to cover our brassicas because they kept laying their eggs on it, and then the caterpillars would grow and start eating the leaves, and then it would just destroy everything. We have to deal with these pests. We have to have these different clever ways of dealing with them. And we're so thankful that God has given us the wisdom, and He's continuing to give us the wisdom in order to deal with these pests as naturally as we possibly can. We don't spray our crops. We haven't sprayed anything that isn't natural. There are other seeds that I've ordered that are on its way. We've ordered some more garlic, onions. I've been finding it hard to find some good storage onions though. They all seem to be out of stock. We have come to the decision that we want to grow turnips. Turnips is something I don't think I've ever had. I've never eaten turnips, but TK said he has, and he said they're quite sweet, so we've ordered those. I might have to do another video of any additional orders that come for the seeds, because we're all in this together, guys, and it's just fascinating to watch these things grow from a tiny little seed to such voluminous big green plant with fruit on it. I just find it so fascinating. What a mighty God we serve. He created all these things for us to enjoy. What wondrous love is that? Anyways, guys, that is our seed collection for our autumn garden 2020. We will be adding to the list of things that we are growing for the autumn. What we aim to do as well with some of these harvested produce from the garden is that we are looking and researching ways in which to preserve them throughout the cold months. We are aware of the times that we are living in, and it will be very sad and very unfortunate for us to not plan ahead. We don't know what this new season will bring, the cold weather months, if it's going to have like a new wave of this virus that that we are currently experiencing worldwide. Is it going to be worse than it actually has back in the spring? We're not sure. It would be very prudent to plan ahead for those coming months. So we are discussing and planning ways of how to store most of the crops, and we are looking to invest in those equipment that we need for canning. It's something that we really need to think about, and we need to think about the certain type of varieties that we are growing. For example, the onions, we have to buy onions that are good for storage as well as thinking of ways of how we can store the potatoes that aren't harvested yet. We have to think of things that will grow throughout the winter months as well, that can withstand frost and all the harsh, atrocious weather that we get in the UK. We have to think of that. We have to dry our herbs and store them for cooking, for teas, and medicinal purposes during the winter. We really have to think about the next coming months and later on this year, the cold season, and wherever you are in the world, we have to make sure that we are planning ahead. We always have to be one step ahead, and we really need to get on our knees and really ask God to give us the wisdom and the perseverance and the patience in order to go through the rest of the year in terms of that, to help us prepare. And not just for ourselves, there'll be other people that might be in need as well. We're not just growing for ourselves. We for sure cannot eat all these tomatoes that we are growing. We cannot for sure eat all the sweet peppers that we are growing. We for sure could not eat all the lettuce that we were growing. They are going to seed and we've had to plant more. It's in such abundance, and we praise God for everything that He's done for us. If you would like to donate or help towards the cause of building the farm, like I said in earlier videos or previous videos, the farm is not just for our benefit, it's to help our community at large. If you would like to donate to the channel, the donations will be going towards the upkeep of the garden and farm. Country living isn't, supposed to be a selfish thing. It's not about self, me and my family. Once we're okay, who cares about everybody else? It's about, moving away from the cities, the distraction, the hustle and bustles, so that God can use us and speak to us, and we can hear Him more clearly when our surroundings are peaceful, quiet, calm. Even though you haven't moved to the country yet, still prepare. If you have a balcony, start growing. This video is not meant to cause, it's not meant to cause panic. This is not a time to panic. It's a time to reflect, prepare, and draw closer to God. That is all I have for you today, folks. I have two people waiting for me back in the house, TK and JJ, who might be hungry right now. So I'm going to harvest some broccoli, some beetroot leaves, maybe some Swiss chard. I think we have a few kales that we can harvest from right now, because I did a harvest probably about a week ago, but I think they've grown back some leaves. And we'll be harvesting some of the broccoli leaves as well. The broccoli leaves went down a tree the other day, so I'll be trying that again. I did not know previous to that you can eat broccoli leaves. They don't really sell the broccoli leaves in the supermarket. You normally just get the bare broccoli head in a cling film wrap, and they sell it to you like that. I hope this video has been of some help to you in your country living journey and planning of your autumn garden if you live in a climate like this. I'm just going to wrap the video up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new upcoming videos. God bless and have a great day. Bye bye.